Uh, Hello again, YouTube land. Excuse me. Oh my god. I've been sick for exactly a week now, progressively, with this sinusitis. And the backwards part is, I actually got on top of it before I felt like death warmed over. I actually got to my doctor before the serious symptoms set in. So, of course, the dictates of my life, also known as Murphy's Law, meant that the antibiotics she wrote me didn't work. So I had to suffer. More Saturday, more than that Sunday. By Monday, I knew I was taking a placebo. So, I've already gone over this. She wasn't in, she called me back, saw the ENT, blah blah blah. Today is day 4 on Levaquin antibiotic. And I do feel better. I probably sound more like myself. Excuse me. Though I admit, not perfect. I had another interesting night on Twitter last night. The person I mentioned more than once in the last week, again, tweeted something interesting, and then another person, let's say of note, another West Coaster who you would probably know if I told you their name, but I don't believe in name dropping, because that's not the point of my story. She tweeted about inadvertently walking through a Home Depot commercial in Home Depot. And the actor responded about knowing just which one she was at. And I replied to both of them, this is where I hate autocorrect. I meant to write, hey, Norm Abrams and Bob Vila are two of the hottest guys ever on PBS, hashtag I love a DIY guy. Because there's nothing wrong with someone who's a do-it-yourself home improvement person. I mean, to be fair, that's what I am. I mean, I'm the one who does all of the power tools around the house. I'm the one who mounts picture frames and adjusts closet doors and tightens screws and fixes things. I mean, that's around this house, that's my gig. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a DIY. There's not enough hand sanitizer in the world when you're sick. So that's what I meant to reply. Well, autocorrect pooched me again. Because lo and behold, I get a reply from her, not him, from her, saying, I really hope the word guts was intentional. Now, I saw that and I had no idea what she was talking about. I had no clue. I had to go back and look at the conversation. Well, lo and behold, I realized what had happened. Norm Abrams and Bob Vila, two of the best guts ever on PBS. You know, and I had to stop and mentally kick myself in the ass, like, you're an English major. You're a 3.8 Phi Theta Kappa. You got straight A's your first 2 years in college, and you weren't even trying. How do you make these dumbass mistakes? And then I decided it was easier to blame the iPod. It was autocorrect's fault. Not me and my 10 o'clock at night dyslexia. No. So, of course, I had to respond, damn autocorrect. Guys, I meant guys. Hashtag fail. And I apparently won the award for best typo ever. Lucky me. I'm not really upset about it. I mean, I hope I don't sound legitimately upset. I'm not. It's just, it's like I was saying the other day. If you don't have the ability to laugh at yourself for your own stupidity first, man, don't even talk to me. You don't want to hear nothing I have to say. And this proves it. So, that was my brilliant interaction of the week with some of the famous people, I guess you would call them. Ah, stupid chapstick. No. I don't have my other one in my pocket, do I? No, of course I don't. That might be helpful. Ugh. But yeah, I just, it always surprises me when you have interactions with people, and I've said this before, I'm sure I'll say it again. When you have interactions with people who have an established name or are part of an established name, like Shriver, Kennedy, that's what you think of when you think of an established name, but it could be anyone. I mean, it could be someone who's the child of someone famous, the sibling of someone famous, the spouse of someone famous. It doesn't really matter. Dry skin. Damn it. Or, it could be a person who, in and of their own right, is famous for some public venture. Musician, actor, entertainer, comedian, whatever. And that's what happened to me over the last few days. I try, and, ow, this is hurting. I try and be clever, and I try and be funny, and it doesn't always work. Well, let's be honest, it almost never works. Because you think you know what you're saying, and you think you're funny, and you think you're entertaining, but really, entertainers don't know that they're entertaining unless they're getting paid for it. That's the long and short of it. If I was to go into comedy, I wouldn't be considered an entertainer unless I was getting paid to make people laugh and doing it successfully. I consider myself a writer. It's what I've been doing for as long as I can remember. The spoken and written word are really the only things I've ever had any kind of symbiotic relationship with. I mean, my writing and my public speaking abilities are what have always gotten me praise. And the few people who've heard me sing say I have a good voice, but that's for other reasons. So, to make stupid Twitter mistakes is annoying and embarrassing, but it's also, it could also be said that reality TV is a form of entertainment for which people are paid for their natural stupidity, and I can prove that in 2 words. Jersey Shore. But that aside, I'm not paid to, be stupid and pointless on Twitter and or Facebook and or YouTube. My God, my hair has gotten so long. This is after I've had 3.5 inches cut off in a year. Less than a year. What was I saying? Yes, I don't get paid to be stupid like this and easily distracted. No, that's my ADHD working for me. Ugh. But what else is going on? My dad is probably in having his knee surgery right now. I texted my mom, sent her a message saying, can someone let me know when he's in recovery or on his way home or something, because with certain day surgeries, my dad, being my dad, has driven himself home after he's let out of recovery, which, stupid, doesn't even quite cover it. But this is knee surgery. I believe it's his right knee. He drives a stick shift. There's no way he's driving himself. Even he's not that dumb. So I knew my mom would have to take the day off and go with him. So I texted her this question, could you let me know? And I swear to God, my mom is 62? Yeah, 60. She turns 63 next month, I think. Or 62 next month. Oh my God. Alright, in any event, she's older than my dad. She's 60 years young. She looks younger than my dad. And she actually texted me back. Now, I never really text with my mom. I text with my dad. My mom actually texted me back, SHO space NUFF exclamation point. Sure enough, I nearly dropped the phone and died laughing. If you ever saw my mom, now, my mom is cute. Cute. I'm 5'6" and my mom is shorter than me. She wears her hair kind of on the shorter side. She's got glasses. I wear glasses, but I take them off because they're tinted in the glare when I'm recording. So my mom basically, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I mean this in the most loving and affectionate way. My mom reminds me of troll dolls. I'm convinced the only thing missing is the jewel in the middle of her stomach. But to make up for it, she wears a lot of tie-dye. Then again, so does my dad, but, whatever. So she texted me back, sure enough, and I nearly lost it. My mom is so adorable. But, I have a habit, and I don't get road rage, but when I'm driving, I could put a ship full of sailors to shame. Oh, I curse. Oh, my, I'm not ashamed of it, but I can't even begin to describe how much I am capable of cursing when I drive. And I thought for certain it would bother my mom the first time she ever went driving with me. Now, I call her my mom. Legally, she's my stepmom. But she's my mom. So, first time I went driving with her, I thought for sure she was gonna, land on me or snap or something. Why do you have to curse so much? What's wrong with you? Nope. She barely said a word except for laughing at the way I phrased it. And I didn't understand it until I went driving with her not long afterwards. And I was in the passenger seat instead of the back seat because Dad didn't come with us. And we were driving through downtown Portland, Maine. And oh my God! For someone that little and cute, you wouldn't think she knew that many swears. I almost fell out of the car laughing. I almost cracked my head on the dashboard. It was hilarious. I love my mom. My mom is awesome. Her birthday's coming up, and I really need to figure out something awesome to get her because she rocks. I love my mom so much. But, speaking of parents, yes, my dad is in for his knee surgery right now. Sunday is his birthday, Father's Day, and I'm having lunch with my husband-in-laws and my mother-in-law's parents. And I've gotten relatively lucky. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I think I told the story for Mother's Day. I don't always get along with my father-in-law. He's a bit bullheaded in some respects, but to be fair, he works in the district attorney's office here in New York, for Manhattan, I think it is. So he can be fairly opinionated, which is not a bad thing, especially for someone who works in the legal system, but I'm pretty opinionated myself, so we don't exactly get along as well as we possibly could. But my mother-in-law and I, okay, I need coffee, get along, I think, really quite remarkably well. And in that sense, I mean, we talk, but she's not hyper-involved. She's not over-involved in our lives. She's not the kind to be pushy or manipulative or over-advise on things that really have no relevance to her. So yeah, I mean, that was everyone got me so paranoid, oh, you're gonna have in-laws, it's gonna be so bad, they're gonna be, trying to run your life. No. I didn't even marry someone who tries to run my life. I married someone who is happy to be a part of my life. A big part of my life. I love my husband. I'm thrilled he wanted to marry me and did. But I come from a genetic pool that is very dictatorial. We also have addictive personality type and several things wrong with us psychologically, hereditarily. So, that my sister and I ever got married, no one can understand, including us. Okay, I've been babbling for a little while. I need more coffee. It's not even the middle of the day. So, I'm gonna go and prepare for what is one of the busier weekends of the warm season. And I will talk to you all later. I hope you've enjoyed laughing at my stupidity. I certainly have.